Right, the UN could vote as soon as today on a controversial resolution designed to stop cybercrime online. It's backed by Russia and China, and critics say it could be used to stifle dissent and democracy advocates. Tech editor Dan Howley is in our newsroom with this one this morning. So I think they're pretty obvious, but spell out the worries here for us, Dan.
Yeah, this is basically a resolution that's sponsored by kind of a murderer's row of authoritarian regimes. Obviously, Russia, China. You also have Venezuela in there, as well as Iran and North Korea. So it's really a great group of folks. And basically what they want to do here is kind of set up a cyber crimes resolution. Now, that is incredibly vague, and the idea here from private or liberal democracy advocates looking for an open internet is basically that they are going to use these definitions to tamp down on internal dissidents and international dissidents so they can lock them out. Now, Russia has already set up its own internet law that basically people within Russia are calling Putin-net, which allows them to effectively cut off the internet from the rest of the world so that it would be an internal net. And Putin basically says that the reason for that is because if the West tries to attack Russia and shut down the internet, they would still have their own robust infrastructure to operate through. But it also allows them to set up kind of their own version of China's Great Firewall, where they can block internal and external websites that advocates for open government may want to access.
Dan, let's say this does get passed. What does it mean for the freedom of the internet more broadly?
It could have an impact on it, but again, this is a UN resolution, so it doesn't necessarily mean that every country has to follow it. There's obviously dissent from the likes of Canada, the EU, the US, and so we're seeing kind of this divide of the internet where it's open societies that want to have an open internet and societies that want to be able to have complete control over the internet. And the worry is that there could end up being two internets, and the entire idea of the internet was obviously the free exchange of ideas. So something like this would be incredibly detrimental to that. But whether or not it'll impact, citizens here in the U.S., I mean, it doesn't seem likely because obviously that we have our own infrastructure and still have the outbound lanes for data to go back and forth. So it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing for us.
All right, Dan Howley, thank you.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.